I almost forgot to like come into this opening. So I actually really like that music. I don't know why. It's like really like nice, like funky Monday morning. We're chilling. We are not drinking today. Well, actually, we are, but coffee only. What is up, nerds? Welcome to the re-release, redux, whatever you want to call it, of Nerdy Coffee here on Nerd Affiliated. I already saw things I want to change in the opening, but it's fine. I'm just going to roll with it. If you're new here to Nerd Affiliated, we are a bunch of nerds that just talk nerd shop, whether it's movies, TV shows, video games, the whole 9 yards. But here on Nerdy Coffee, we're actually going to just every Monday, we're going to wake up, pour some brew, just recap the weekend real quick, probably like 30 minutes or so, and proceed with our week. This is not replacing Hey Archer Live. That's still going to be Thursdays where it's just an absolute shit show. But this will be more of that newsy, get your Monday going. Maybe you're driving to work. Maybe you're already at work. Sorry if you're already at work. Maybe you never left work. Maybe you're in that overnight. We're going to just cruise on through to the rest of the week. We're going to be talking some nerd news. We're going to be talking box office. How did this weekend go? And the latest or last week's releases. So that will come up as well. I've not played this song before in a live show, so I'm not sure like audibly where I'm like doing a drum roll at the end or anything. So it'll just happen. But in the meantime, we're going to bring in, I don't even know if it's too loud. Let me know in the comments if it's too loud. I'm going to bring in Sal just mid music. Just figured why not? It's muted. I got to figure that part out. Don't worry. We're just going to roll into that. Because now you're not muted. How you doing today,
Good
Sal?
morning. I'm good.
Yeah.
Chilly in the Hudson Valley, but I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I woke up. I looked outside. It was a little, looks like some snow had come in there in the overnight. Good morning to you, Dave's Dimension. Good to see you. I reorganized my buttons. I don't want to hit the wrong one. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, it looks like
Vanguard. Good morning.
There you go. There you go. Looks like it snowed overnight up here. So, did you get some snow over there too?
There's frost everywhere. Definitely frostier than I expected. But I don't think it snowed.
Yeah. So we were talking in the group chat, as we were like trying to organize this as this evolving show continues. Or, it's an evolving show. We're gonna keep changing things and all that. Yeah. What's your coffee of choice there before we get rolling?
I'm sitting on a Javalia Colombian.
Ah, look at that, fancy. And what's that fancy mug you're also drinking out of there?
Oh, I don't know if you've heard of him. Jose, he's a friend of ours.
Love that.
Guy does models. Guy plays video games. Check him out on Twitch. Very great personality.
Is he a model as well?
He could be. He's my model.
And out of our own Rambling with Anthony mug, I have a nice Nespresso in there. I forgot the flavor. So many different flavors. I don't know.
You're a cream guy or a milk guy?
I've actually, in my old age, I've gone full black.
Really?
Black. Yeah. I'll have milk I might throw in an ice cube, like if I just want to like cool it down because I just want to drink it right away. But other than that, I've gone full black.
Yeah, no, I can't. I tried. I think I'm too New York. It's like a New York regular, milk, 2 sugars.
I
can't break it.
So here's the thing. When you go to a coffee shop in New York, do you just say give me a regular and they put that in there?
If you go to the trucks,
Okay.
like the coffee trucks. You
Mhm.
could tell them, let me get like a small regular,
Mhm.
and you're getting milk 1 sugar, medium regular, milk 2 sugars. But I don't know, like because coffee shops have gotten so fancy,
Yeah.
you can't go to Starbucks and order a medium.
Well, all right. I'm gonna up the question a little bit. If you went to that same truck stop, right? And for those of you who
Hmm.
don't know, he's talking about like the small portable ones that they like pull on a truck and just park like it's like a mini food truck. It's just really small. Um, if you just
Yeah,
say
it's
give
just
me a
bagels and coffee, really.
exactly yeah donuts or whatever, nothing to bake. Actually, no, they have a little toaster in there. These are the ones I used to go to.
That's about it. You're not getting eggs from those things.
No. So if you just say give me a regular, he knows that, or do you have to give a size and then say regular?
A size. If I said like a medium regular, that's milk 2 sugars.
So one of the first times I came up here to Massachusetts, it was a group of us that came, and we went to Dunkin' Donuts or Dunks as they call it, and said, "Yeah, just give me a regular." And they put milk to sugar in the coffee, like a regular size, and we were all kind of like, "What?" Because I'd never heard of that before until I moved here. But now you're saying it's been in New York this whole time. I just never noticed it. Maybe I just didn't use
Yeah,
that
the
verbiage.
New York regular.
Interesting. Interesting. Um, and thank you, Mulatto, for reminding all of us. Make sure everybody hit that thumbs up down below. By the way, Dave's Dimension, Yukon Phil. Actually, I'm not sure, Mulatto, if you have one, but dope creators in the comment section. If you are watching, if you're listening, if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, OnlyFans, all that fun stuff, make sure you type it down in the comments. Support one another. Plug your shit. Not literally though. It's only 9 a.m, so ain't too early. um, but let's roll into some nerd news, things that happened. Actually, sorry, I'll just knock this one out real quick. Last week's releases. In this segment, we'll kind of just mention what came out last week and then talk about things to come. The biggest one I just wanted to call out from last week that continues into this week is Bad Batch Season 2 that dropped out. That dropped last week. Did you happen to take a watch of that or still?
I'm not even caught up on season one,
Yeah.
so I'm bad Star Wars nerd. I got to catch up.
Yeah. I mean, you have some downtime now. Now's the
Yeah,
time to
I
do it.
have all the time now.
Yeah. This is your chance to catch up on Clone Wars.
Burn through it.
There you go. Thank you, Mulatto, for joining the Discord and the IG. So actually,
Nice.
for all of you, Discord and Reddit, that's where you can hit up Sal directly. He moderates both of those. And then Anthony and myself are on the IG and YouTube. Actually, you're on YouTube too, so IG.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say, Bad Batch Season 2, first 2 episodes start off pretty on brand for what we got in Season 1. There'll be no spoilers, by the way. But the ending of Season 2 kind of teases at a little more darker direction, which is what we all kind of want. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this season really pulls through. Because last season, it really let me down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to put everybody on the same page, you weren't too happy with the first season.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's the dark time. I mean, Order 66 just happened. Like, you got to show me that, like, shit's messed up, And it didn't do that.
That's what I liked about that's what I liked about the Mandalorian,
Mhm.
right? Where it kept all that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the dark time in between the start of the New Republic and the end of the Empire. So things are going to be chaotic.
Yeah.
And they stuck the landing. They did good with that.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to some news from the weekend that really grabbed the headlines. I mean, the first one, the fact, and I forgot to set my triggers here, so I may have to jump around a bit. Let's see here. There's a box in my way. You could tell this was last minute. I think the biggest news of the weekend was the Joker getting pregnant story. To the extent that news outlets were even talking about it. I think it was kind of like a buzz thing. You know, they were just jumping all over it. So my question to you, I mean, I don't want to spoil the story in case anybody so happens to have been reading this. It just came out last week. My news to you, does this do anything for comic reading? Like, does this really like get people to like go to the store, pick up a book, or is this just like one and done?
I mean, certainly not me. When I first saw the picture, I was flipping through Reddit and, looking for stuff to cross post onto our page. And I just took it as a joke. I thought it was fan art. I didn't even
It looked that way.
I didn't even take it sincerely. And then it started popping up more often. And then I started seeing headlines. I was like, was this a meme that caught fire, or was this like a legit release? Like
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't get me to go grab the book.
No. And I think ultimately that's where we're at now. It's like it's sad, but I feel like for the most part, the only way to get extra bodies in the comic book store these days is like some sort of like, triggering event like that, makes people feel some kind of way, because people just aren't going like they used to on regular just cause. So
I feel like the hardcore fans have their pull lists.
yeah.
I'm a big comic guy, but I can't pick up individual issues. I usually wait till things are over and I go back and I grab the trades.
Right.
Or I grab the omnibus. And I feel like now, instead of people, if you don't have a pull list, people are going in there for statues and toys.
Yeah.
And they're coming out with comics when they see something interesting.
That's actually a really good point.
I don't think single issues are moving the way they used to.
Yeah. All right. So keeping in the realm of DC, again, everybody, this is if we're going kind of fast, it's because this show currently is designed to be like a 30-minute kind of like just weekend recap, get into some of those popular topics, and then set up for the week to go more in depth, either in podcast form or on Hey Archer Live on Thursdays. So just giving that out there. So we got that tease last week of the bat suit, and you were able to find this on Reddit. Just a side-by-side of the Flashpoint bat suit next to the previous ones. Remind me again, where did you fall on the Flashpoint bat suit?
I still love it. It looks like a really great combination of both suits.
Mm-hmm.
It sits somewhere right in the middle. The one complaint I have now that I got a better look at it is I don't like how far the cheekbones come back on the cowl.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Because the other ones are more boxy on the face. That one comes like high in the cheekbones and then it cuts down sharply.
Yeah.
But I think it looks great. I mean, the yellow belt would have been nice, but
yeah,
I like it.
I honestly, the only weird part to me is like them trying to convince me that that's Michael under there, like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's not actually him in the suit in this picture, but I think I would have really liked if it was, as we talked about before, like Batman Beyond style, like episode 1. Dude's old now, so give him some sort of mech suit or something to really help him do the crime fighting, because the suit looking like every other suit here, I'm like, you're convincing me that this dude for 50 years is still rocking the same gear with no issue.
Yeah, he should. It's the same thing I said on Thursday. He should have a plate of armor on the chest. He should actually look beefier.
Yeah.
He almost looks leaner than 92.
Right?
He should be heavier, even if it's like a gut, like an old man gut.
Something.
Something similar to Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
Where he's just all around beefier, older kind of guy.
Yeah.
He looks too lean. He looks almost leaner than 89.
To me, it's a reboot. Like if you're like, oh, this is the new. It's what was it? The Superman movie? It's funny. I just shared a link the other day. Was it Superman Returns the one with Brandon Routh,
Hmm.
where it's like a sequel kind of reboot. Like that's what this suit kind of reminds me of. Like if you were telling me we're gonna do sorry, if we're doing like the new part 3, like we're replacing Forever, new actor to continue that story. That's what this kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, that's I definitely fall in line with that. That's I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Um, and then jumping over into Marvel. I mean, sorry, Disney. Yeah, Marvel. All of it's
Yeah.
fused in my head. Before we go to some toy news, I thought this one was quite funny. Don Cheadle. I was talking about him this week actually. Don Cheadle, in this interview with IGN, was saying that when he got that phone call for War Machine, he had 2 hours to decide if he wanted to do it. I feel like they literally gave him the bat signal, and he had to like
Yeah.
don the suit, go do the job. Is this, thinking back, to those days, would it have even taken you 2 hours to be like, oh, I'm doing it, or you're like, oh, I gotta really like think about this because I'm playing second string to Iron Man.
For me, playing second string to Iron Man wouldn't have been a problem. Like playing second string to Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't have been an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think my problem would have been my relationship with Terrence Howard afterwards,
Mm.
because Terrence Howard was still pretty popular at that time. Um, I don't know. I think that would have given me the 2 hours.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like
how
kind
is
of
it going to
screwing
affect
over
me?
your friend.
Yeah, I don't know what their relationship is, so
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about that. But in terms of this is going to cause bad blood with somebody, so what do I do? Do I take the paycheck?
That's a really good point.
I mean, the money's good. The money had to be a lot better than what he was doing before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think Don Cheadle was anything.
Well, he had come off,
I
I
don't
think
think.
at that point he came off of Hotel Rwanda. So
Yeah, he didn't have much. Like at that time, he didn't have a whole bunch going on.
yeah. What's crazy though, I was kind of scrolling through this. Where was that part? There was somewhere where they said it was a 6-movie deal, and it reminded me of oh yeah, here it is. It was a 6-movie deal, so in an hour I have to decide. It reminded me of combat sports, where man, I'm like congested this morning, where you have to agree to sign, X amount of fights. This is the amount of money you make, and it doesn't matter what happens going forward. I didn't realize they kind of did that in movies as well until I read this. Like I just assumed you got paid per movie, but I guess they do lock you in.
I remember reading something about Sam Jackson having like a 12 movie deal,
Mm-hmm.
and originally people went like nuts about it, and then you realize his cameo at the end of Iron Man, his cameo at the end of Iron Man is one film.
Yeah.
If he gets an end credit scene, that's one film.
Mm.
He could have a walk on role, that's one film. So it might look like he has a 12 film contract,
Yeah.
but if he steps in front of the camera, that's a film.
You know what? You just reminded me. Chris Evans has a similar. He had a similar deal because what was it? Was
I
it
think
one
it
of
was
the Thor
in
movies?
Thor. Yeah, Thor. I think it was the second Thor movie. He had a
Yeah.
walk on role when Loki turned into Chris Evans, and
Yeah.
that's a film.
Yeah. It was a waste. It was like, you used one of our ups on that one. Yeah. Well, speaking of the devil, he just walked into the chat. General Kenobi.
Morning, sir.
In the world of figures, Hot Toys has officially announced their General Kenobi from the Clone Wars 1/6 scale figure at a nice price tag of $279. Just for reference, everybody, in case you happen to not know, Hot Toys are 12-inch scale figure, or 1/6 scale, but a 12-inch figure. So I know you are thinking about dabbling in the collecting world. Is something like this something that would move you to make a plunge into the Hot Toys world?
It's gorgeous. Um, the price point is steep.
Yeah.
I mean, but it looks great. It's oh man, it. I think if I already had an established collection, I'd be all over it.
Mm. Like an established Hot Toys collection, or just like toy collection in general?
It toy
No pun
collection in
intended.
general. If I had a case set up, I don't have a case yet. If I had
Yeah.
some kind of case set up, that could be a centerpiece on my Star Wars Star Wars shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I'm more
legit.
into statues,
Well, and that's
so
where
like
this could kind of fit that too, because you could just put these in a pose, and they're big enough, you know.
yeah, and it looks great. It almost looks like the quality of a statuette.
Yeah. And in schools, they put wire in the cloth, so that's where it can kind of hold that position. Um, we talked about them earlier, but my first hot toy purchase, I'm pretty sure, is going to end up being they're going to re-release the '89 Batman, and that I'm like,
Yeah,
that's going to be the one. It's going to be the
yeah. You know what? So I guess the equivalent of your Hot Toys. I've been like hooked on Sideshow,
one.
and I look at Sideshow stuff maybe 2, 3 times a week, and it's like, man, you guys gonna make me break.
Yeah,
It's coming.
yeah. It's I I think I would go with bust over like a full statue. Like I would go with like the life size, chest piece and head
Hmm.
statue. But yeah, some of those statues I've seen, especially like at Midtown Comics, pretty dope.
Yeah, there was a really great Juggernaut I saw when I still lived down in the city. There was a really great Juggernaut I saw in the
Hmm.
comic shop, and the helmet came off. He had like a piece of rebar, not a rebar. He had like a piece of I-beam in his hand.
Hmm.
Oh man, I remember seeing that, and that's what made me fall in love with those statues. It's
Yeah,
like I need it.
yeah. All right. So going into the final segment of today, we're going to talk about this weekend in the box office. And this one, I mean, I pretty much have to eat a shoe at this point. It seems. Um, so Avatar wins yet again on the weekend, but Avatar, I believe, beat a little movie. Do you remember what movie that is?
Mm, no, I don't remember. Sorry.
Oh my god! What's the movie of the year? No debate.
Oh, Top Gun. Yeah, I saw the headline too.
Yeah, on the Lifetime all-time grossing movies. First of all, Avatar 1 is ranked number 1, but Avatar Way of the Water currently ranked number 7, officially passing Top Gun, which was at number 12.
I
Wild.
didn't realize Top Gun was that high.
Yeah. Well, what's impressive is the fact that Top Gun Maverick and Avatar are, releases from last year, where
Yeah.
No Way Home was, kind of on that border. That was 21, 22. But um, having Top Gun be just destroyed so far by Avatar blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. I can't believe it.
I'm not hearing the same kind of buzz about Avatar as I did about Maverick.
That's what it's the global, and actually it's a good thing Lenny's here. Lenny's the pro when it comes to knowing box office stuff. Actually Lenny gave me that rule where it was like, essentially for a movie to make its money back, whenever they say like, oh, it cost 50 million to make, you got to double that amount, because that like factors in like marketing, the tour, and all that stuff. So it definitely is going to take a lot for that movie to make some money, but I'm shocked that many people are going out to sit through a 3.5 hour movie. Or is it 4?
I read an Yeah, it's almost 4.
Yeah.
Uh, I read an article that James Cameron doesn't even care. It's his pet project. He has the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
He said it could have made zero money back. It's what he wants to make.
Yeah. Figured. There was also this funny thing the other day where it was like, maybe it was Robot Head. I forget who was. I think it was Robot Head. He did a video and talked about James Cameron, and Avatar is James Cameron's like love letter to nature. Like I watched the interview he did with, maybe it was Forbes. They did this segment where they were like, they bring in an actor or a director and they say like, here's 5 minutes, talk about this movie that you're known for, this movie. And he's talking about Avatar, and he does the script for the first one. My man says he's in the kitchen and it comes to him. And I'm like, no, somebody in the house was watching Fern Gully or Pocahontas, and you're like, oh, I'm going to take that idea. But he's like, it comes to him in the kitchen. He writes the movie, goes to the studio, and says, this is the movie I want to make. And they're like, can you like knock down the tree hugging stuff just a little bit? He's like, no, that's the point of this movie. This movie is to talk about the environment, blah, blah, blah. The dude also apparently hates guns. Apparently James Cameron, who made Avatar Way of the Water, who made Aliens, who made T2, hates guns. It's just like, what are we even talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the same guy? You sure it's the same guy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe,
Sorry.
And maybe it's one of those where like, oh, like in your old age, you kind of like maybe I wasn't sending the right message with this or that. But the dude's literally able to make a movie that nobody cares about. But obviously, I guess they're seeing it. But make a movie without any care about what people think, because he's still making so much money off residuals. Movies loaded with guns. Like it's just so weird.
Think of think of Terminator, like T2, right?
Yeah.
What's one of the coolest scenes when you think of T2? For me, the scene that always comes to mind is the motorcycle in the trench.
Yeah.
Where he's racking the lever action shotgun with one hand.
Oh yeah, when he's like kind of like flipping it.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest scenes in the movie. Guy doesn't like guns. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what you were doing. You know what you were doing with that scene, and you kept it in because you know it's movie magic.
Yeah.
That's movie gold.
Yeah.
Right.
But on the top 5, still rounding out, we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I somehow rolled the intro again. I don't even know how I did that.
Yeah.
I actually have met a couple people in the last week or so that didn't really like the movie. And after thinking about it, I was like, I see your points. I see the reasons why they don't like it. But I forget, have you seen it?
I haven't gotten to Wakanda Forever yet. Saw the first one, liked the first one quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten around to the second one yet.
Yeah. Definitely you have to let me know. You and Anthony, because Anthony also hasn't seen it.
I had a busy month, so I'm gonna work on it. Promise.
You don't have a movie theater in the operating room?
Yeah, right. Hey, do me a favor before you put me down. Can you put Black Panther up on the screen?
They just attach like little chips to the side of your head, and it just like shoots the movie like into your brain, like Batman Forever. You stick the things there, and it just goes in your head.
This is going to be a 2.5-hour surgery. What would you like to watch, sir? It's like, I'll take Wakanda Forever, please.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Any last thoughts or comments before we call it a first Nerdy Coffee?
In terms of the box office stuff, there was something I sent you last night that kind of blew my mind. Violent Night almost made 4 times its budget internationally, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It made more than double its budget stateside. Yeah. And then it's like at almost $80 million internationally on a $20 million budget. Like, I don't know anyone who's seen that movie.
I was about to say, like, what do you attest that to? Do you think it's truly the drawing power of Harper?
I don't even know. I mean, I do like crazy Christmas movies. Jingle All the Way is a family tradition. I watch it every year on Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. What was the other one? Santa Sleigh with Bill Goldberg. Mm-hmm. Again, crazy, over-the-top Christmas movie.
The one with Mel Gibson was pretty good too.
What was the one with Mel Gibson?
It may have just been called Santa Claus or Claus. It's the one where the hitman goes after him.
Yes. That's a cool movie too. Mm-hmm. And Bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton. I like those kind of movies.
Yeah.
I don't think it would get me to theaters to see it though.
Mm.
Like Violent Night, I would make a night out of it at home.
Yeah.
But I can't see myself paying $15 to go sit in a theater and watch it.
I mean, I swear that, I say this probably once a month on this show or on this channel. I swear movie theaters are dead, and yet somehow I see some of these numbers and I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. But then again, opening at 13 million, maybe, 5 years ago, that was like opening at like 30, 50. And
Yeah.
that was like a low number.
And they're more expensive to make too.
True.
Yeah.
Especially when you're bringing in all these big name actors and actresses.
Yeah, you don't think like $20 million budget. How much of that budget is Harper? Maybe a quarter of it?
Yeah, it's true. Cool. Anything else you want to touch on before we call it?
Yeah. I'm good. I don't think I got anything else.
I think it was a pretty successful episode.
Yeah, I like the format.
Yeah.
I think this is something we can keep doing going forward.
Yeah.
Uh,
There will
updates
be
from Thursday.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say updates from Thursday stuff, like
Yep.
whatever news we had, if there were an update. Weekend box office stuff.
Mhm.
Almost like how the stock market closes on the weekends.
Yeah.
We start the weekend usually starts Thursday night for box office, so we could do Thursday to Sunday and then talk about what we expected and what we ended up getting ultimately on the box office.
Yeah.
I like that approach.
Yeah. It's funny actually. If this show starts every Monday at 9 and ends at 9:30, all of you stock traders out there will be able to go from this show to the open of the stock market at 9:30. It'll be perfect timing. And thank you, Dave, for pointing out it was Fat Man. That was the name of that movie with Mel Gibson. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for participating in the chat. Sorry I didn't spend a lot of time like reading everything out loud. Again, we were trying to like keep it at like a 30-minute-ish window. So maybe I'll figure out a way to incorporate you guys more in the episode. But there'll be like video assets. There'll be like, the topic thing on the side. Maybe, we'll try to make it fun. So appreciate you guys coming to the first episode. As Sal mentioned, Thursday night, that's Hey Archer Live. More longer of a show. We have a little bit more fun with the drink selection and talk nerd shop, just like this one. But here at Nerd Affiliated, reviews, podcasts, live shows, all of that stuff. Hit up Sal on Twitch. Hit up Sal on Reddit. Hit up Sal on Discord. He's at all those things. He's the moderator over there. And then you can find me over on the IG. Anthony as well on the IG. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to all you nerds in the next live stream. Peace, everybody.
Carpe Noctem. See you guys around.